Welcome to my channel Maths Pursuit. Today under the topic statistics, let us see what exactly we have in the question. Now moving on to the question, it is given that the table below shows the daily expenditure on food of 25 households in a locality. Find the mean daily expenditure on food by a suitable method. Now let us see how we can solve this question. Moving on to solution. So guys, as per this question, the daily food expenditure of 25 households of a locality is being given here, and the total number of households is also given, and the daily expenses of their households is being given here. So whatever the data is being given, I have already taken the data here in our calculation for our calculation. So let's see how to move ahead and how to do the calculation, and what exactly the question wants. Find the mean daily expenditure on food by a suitable method. So the question asks us to find out the daily mean expenditure on food and using a suitable method. So let us first analyze the data what we have. Here they have given daily expenses like 100 to 150 rupees. There are 4 households, and second is like 150 to 200 rupees. In between 150 and 200 rupees there are 5 households. In between 200 to 250 rupees there are 12 households. In between 250 to 300 there are 2 households, and in between 300 to 350 there are 2 households. So like this there are 25 households in a particular locality is there, and their daily expenditure range is given. Now before deciding which method to use, let us first of all find out the class mark. So once we find out the class mark, then we can see what we need to do or which method we will follow. Just we'll decide after that. So we very well know that class mark. What is class mark here? So let us write down the class mark here. CLA. Okay, class mark, or I can say XI. So what is class mark here? Class mark here is nothing but we very well know that it is like the upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. This is what the class mark. So here the daily expenses that is being given, like the first one is 150 as the upper limit and lower limit is 100. So what we will do, 150 plus 100 divided by 2. That is what we will get the class mark for the first range. So 150 plus 100 is 250. 250 divided by 2 is 125. So I am putting here 125 as the first class mark. Okay. Similarly, 200 plus 150 is 350. 350 divided by 2 is 175. Now guys, after finding the 2 class marks, and we notice here that the class interval or the class height is consistent, like there is a gap of 50 difference is there in between the upper limit and lower limit. So what we can do, like we got the first class mark is 125 and the second class mark is 175. So you could see also 50 gets on adding. So similarly the next class mark will be 175 plus 50 is nothing but 225. Similarly 225 plus 50 is nothing but 275, and the third one will be 325. So like this also we can find out once we get the first, we can add then the class difference or the class height. So here we got the class marks as 125, 175, 225, 275 and 325. So guys, here if you see, if we follow the direct method is means fi summation of fi xi upon summation of fi. So if we consider fi xi, so you could see that 4 into 125, 12 into 225. So these are 2 big numbers to multiply. So let us first simplify the numbers. Now if we want to simplify the numbers, then we will the next method we can use is the mean assumed method. So if we take the mean assumed method, and if we assume the mean as 225, let's say, and if we take the mean assumed method, then what we will get, 125 x minus a is the mean deviation, or the deviation for the first range is x minus a, which is nothing but 125 minus 225. So 125 minus 225, again we will get 100. So now if we take 100 into 4, similarly here we will get 175 minus 225 will get 50 is the standard deviation. So these marks again will be too high. So let us follow the step deviation method here, because the step deviation method will reduce these numbers to very small numbers, so that it will reduce the numbers within 1 to 9 or 10, but not more than that. So let us use step deviation method here. So what is the formula for step deviation method? Let us first note down the formula, and after looking at the formula only we can decide what are the fields that we are going to consider, or what are the variables we are going to find out, the values for the variables we need to find out. So step deviation method I am writing here, step deviation method. This is what we are going to follow here for finding out the mean. Step deviation method. Okay, so guys, I believe by this time you people might be knowing what is step deviation method, the formula for the step deviation method. So step deviation method formula, mean x bar, mean is equal to a plus mean ui into h. So these are the things coming into picture. In order to find out the in order to find out the mean under step deviation method, we will get mean is equal to a plus mu I into h. So a is nothing but assumed mean. We will see here, we will find out assumed mean. Then ui is required and h is required. H is nothing but the class height or the class distance or the class interval. Okay, so now let us find out first of all what is mu I. Ui is nothing but ui, mean of ui is equal to summation of fi ui upon summation of fi. So this is what ui, mean of ui is equal to summation of fi ui upon summation of fi. So summation of fi here it is like 25, but we need to find out the summation of fi ui. Now what is ui here? Because fi is there, we will multiply, but what is ui? So let's see, ui is nothing but ui is equal to di by h. So let us first of all find out the di by h, and here h is nothing but the class difference. Here class difference is 50. If you see, like 150 minus 100 is 50, or 200 minus 150 is 50. Whatever the class interval you take, the class height is 50. So first of all let us find out di. So di here is nothing but, I can write di is equal to xi minus a, or let us put it in this way, di is equal to xi minus a, and here a is equal to assumed mean. So let us assume the mean to be 225. We are assuming, just I am taking the center point, because there are 5 items, so I am just taking the center point, but you can take any number, 125, 175, whatever the point you feel comfortable you can take, but I will go with 225. So here for me a is equal to 225. Now keeping this thing in view, let us find out di. So 125 minus 225 is nothing but minus 100. 175 minus 225 is nothing but minus 50. 225 minus 225 is 0. 275 minus 225 is plus 50. 325 minus 225 is plus 100. So this is what we got di. Now after finding out the di, let us find out the ui. Here ui, as we told, ui is nothing but di by h, and here h value is 50. So di by h and h value is 50. So let us divide minus 100. Di is 100, so 100 by h means minus 100 by 50. That means we will get 50 to the 100. So we will write 2. So minus 50 divided by 50, we will get 1. Then we will get 0, 1, 2. So this is what we got the values, and you could see that how the values became very minimal. From 125, 175, 225, we are getting now minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. Don't you feel that these values will be easy to multiply with fi? Okay. Now, in the last column, let us take fi ui. So that means fi ui is nothing but 4 into minus 2 is minus 8, 5 into minus 1 is minus 5, 12 zeros are 0, 2 ones are 2, and 2 twos are 4. This is what we got for this one, minus 8, minus 5, 2, 4. Okay. Now let us find out the summation of FIUI. Summation of FIUI, that is equal to minus 7. Okay, how? Because minus 13, 8 plus 5 is 13, 13 minus 13 plus 6 is nothing but minus 7. So guys, here we got UI, summation of FIUI is equal to, let us find out UI, mean of UI. So summation of FIUI is nothing but minus 7 upon 25. Now let us keep this one as it is. Okay, now we got whatever we want. So now let us put the data in this formula and see what we are getting. Mean is equal to A here, assume mean is 225, that we have considered 225, plus mean of UI is minus 7 by 25 into H. H value is 50. Okay, now I can write mean is equal to 225 plus 25 2 is a 50, so I am getting 7 into 2, or I can write mean is equal to 225 minus 14. Okay, or I can write mean is equal to 211. So this is what we got, the mean value as 211. And as per the question asked us to find out the mean daily expenditure on food by a suitable method. So we are getting we can write the mean daily expenditure, the mean daily expenditure on food is 211. That's all guys. Hope you understood this process or calculation. This calculation is pretty simple and straightforward, but still if you have any questions, please reach out to me in the comment section of this video. Definitely I will get back to you once I see your comments. Guys, please do not forget to subscribe. Please subscribe. If you really like my videos, I would request you to kindly subscribe and also let your friends know. This will motivate me to create similar videos in the future. Thank you. Bye.